Right. Evening. Yeah, as you can tell, technical issues galore. Actually, the same technical issue as I first had on my very first stream of Darkest Dungeon. But that was back in about June or possibly even May. Um, and I forgot how I fixed it. So we're just going to MacGyver a sort of makeshift, wanky graphical cack-handed bollock of a fix and hope that that's good enough. Yeah, don't know why it's done that. Anyway, apologies for all that. Yes, we're back to Darkest Dungeon. We'll get right into it. Because we've wrapped up Apotheon. Didn't, want to jump right into a new LP, but also didn't... I don't know, I got some one-offs and stuff I could have done, but I wanted to come back to Old Faithful, although not that faithful with how it's been difficult to try and get it to run.
Lost shipments of rarities, that we may prevent them from falling into even less scrupulous hands.
But this is sort of the I guess the backbone of my streaming. This is what I started with, and this is what I come back to whenever I'm sort of unsure what to do. And because it's such a damn thing, I'll probably never finish it, so it's always good. It's always there in the background, which is nice. Probably not very entertaining to watch, but there we are. No, and part of the other reason is that I've got a lot of other video things. Well, I say a lot. I shouldn't say a lot. Never say a lot. People get their hopes up. I got stuff I'm working on in the background.
The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Okay. Yeah, that I'm working on, and it's very, very time consuming. And so I'm, trying to make the streams a bit easier because, like I say, Apotheon wrapped up. I was moderately pleased with how that went, but there will, because it's an LP, I try and do a highlight thing of anything I LP. So, for example, this wouldn't count, or something that I, complete in 1 or 2 sessions, but any lengthy LP, I try and do an amusing highlight reel for. I've done that for Resident Evil 3 Remake and The Outer Worlds. But they take a minute, as you can imagine. There's a lot of footage to sift through. And I got that on top of these other videos I'm trying to do, and it's all getting quite a bit much. So I'm trying to lessen the load on the streaming side of things whilst still actually streaming, because I want to keep to the schedule and keep this routine up for my sake, even if no one else is. So yeah, and we got all kinds of, it's been a minute, so I forget the mods and probably everything I'm supposed to do with this game, but we got all kinds of wacky mods on here. I grabbed a couple more just today before starting. So yeah. And of course, since we last played, there's been more info on Darkest Dungeon 2. Which the last I saw of it before was the teaser trailer of the snowy mountain and such that they were heading up, and that seemed cool. This one... Yeah, we got Iron Man, by the way. This one, they've seemed to have... Well, it's 3D, apparently. It's going to be... honestly not sure how I feel about that, because this is such a, classic art style, and they've done well with it. But at the same time, I don't want to discourage people trying new things. you know, the jump to 3D is not one that everyone survives. You know, Sonic, and probably many others. But, you know, give it a go. And like I say, I don't quite know. It'd probably be quite similar. It may just simply be 3D models. You know, I don't think it's suddenly going to be a 3D world you're roaming through. I imagine a lot of the gameplay will remain. They're just trying to up the ante with graphics and differentiate it, which is fair. Yeah, I can't remember what the last was on dates with that, but it will be in early access, much like this was. I'm not much of one for early access, it should be noted. I don't, I'll play a demo of something. I have, in fact, on this channel, but damn fucking bleedy oysters. But early access feels, I don't know, it's just not something I ever really got into. I guess I just kind of, I either want a game or I don't, and the problem is, if something's in early access for too long, then it just, I don't know, you can get sick of it, or you can get attached to the wrong parts of it, or, there's all kinds of horror stories about things that have, early access, if you're not careful, can be, it's not a term I hear very often anymore, but it can just be equivalent to the term development hell, which was a term I used to hear a lot, which is, like, you would say Duke Nukem, fuck, I can't even remember that name, the name they went with. It was Duke Nukem Forever, wasn't it? Because that was the joke, it would be forever before it ever came out. But that was in development hell because, in fact, more topically, Cyberpunk 2077, some might argue, was in development hell. Certainly nowhere near the extent of Duke Nukem Forever, but people were pretty pissed off with those delays and whatnot. I don't know if I'd go so far as to say that was development hell, but you get the idea. I think today I'm actually probably one of the most unique, like, this is some very unique content to be streaming on Twitch today, because I might be the only person not streaming Cyberpunk 2077 because I don't have it, and from what I'm hearing, it's probably best not to have it at the moment if you don't have a PS5. Apparently, well, that's an argument in and of itself. Are we still current gen, or is which is the current gen at this point? I feel like we're in the crossover period. But anyway, the generation of Xbone and PS4 is yeah, apparently it doesn't run too well on that, for all its hype and everything. Graphical shit apparently afoot. I don't know if that's just on the visual side of it or actual performance hiccups as well, but it's a bit disheartening. CD Projekt Red are an odd company to know how to feel about, because on the one hand they make very good games. On the other hand, they openly admit to, putting their employees through horrendous crunch and just terrible working conditions. I don't think that's stopped anyone buying Cyberpunk, but it is what it is. You have to be thankful that at least it's a little more in the public eye these days. Perhaps not enough still, but... But yeah, so I probably won't get that, if at all. I mean, don't actually know if it's any good yet. Everyone's just kind of assumed it will be.
The light, the promise of safety.
But if I can ever afford a PS5, and if I can ever, you know, knock down the necessary walls in my flat to make space for it, I'll take a look at that one day. When everyone else already has, and, you know, strike while the iron is not just cold, but being repurposed for scrap. That's how we do things here. So yes, I should have introduced our crew really. We've got Kevin Costner, Jane Austen, Tony Stank, and Pedigree and Chum on us for this one. I did rapidly try to familiarise myself with all the mechanics and stuff. I don't know, hopefully I'm not too rusty. I've been sort of, not blindly, but you know, when you're talking and talking about something other than the playing of the game, harder to focus in those first few battles, and nobody's died, so I guess that's okay. Then again, this is quite an easy dungeon we're on. Necessarily, I didn't, you know, wasn't so foolish as to jump right into a boss fight.
A time to perform beyond one's limits.
Although maybe I'll do that after this, just for the fuck of it, for shits and gurgles.
That cuts on its own.
Unfortunately, Darkest Dungeon, as you might imagine, is quite a dark game, so I'm just trying to make sure that the visual finagling I did has actually got things okay. I guess it has, on the visual side of things. Is that even worth healing her, considering how weak her healing is? But then again, no one else can, so... Oh, okay, well... double the amount it normally is, but that's still only 2, isn't it? Oh, this is one he can direct to other people. Well, forget what I just said then. That works much better. That's also a party here. Well, forget I ever said anything, I suppose.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
Yippee.
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Ah, soothing coral. Is that basically like this game's equivalent of crystal healing or something? Except it actually works. Getting a bit dark in here, lads.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Not bad. If they're not bleeding, they're on fire. That's a good state to be in. Everyone's picking on Jane for some reason. Tony's getting stressed. Should keep an eye on that. Not sure what that noise is. Sounds like a sort of weird uncorking of a bottle or something. Which, maybe that is Tony Stark's form of healing. Uncorking a bottle, but there we are. Doesn't quite make sense why it would work on other people then. Ooh, bit of a slog, this one. Oh. Please don't do that. Right. You're getting on my nerves, so be gone. Fried fish. Good idea. Nom nom nom. Again. What did she ever do to you? I guess they're not a fan of her books. I'm not a fan of him in general either. Fuck me, that went south pretty quick. Heal him, please. Also heal him. Just everyone pile on the healing, really, because that... I felt like he was at full health 1 minute and then suddenly fucked. And hopefully Gubbins here will bleed to death on his next turn. There we go. Death by bleeding, I think. But well, that got a bit iffy, didn't it? Didn't actually pay attention to how many other relics I've found yet. Just the one, isn't it? Yeah. Alright, 2 more to go. There's a fight immediately out the door. We can still camp at some point. Yeah, but I somewhat sparse with the food. I don't want to... Let's put you in front. Even though his move, one of his moves, puts him in front all the time. She was actually supposed to be in front because that gives her access to that move. Alright, here we go. Oh, first things first. Always get rid of Fatty first. Do not give him a chance to do anything. Most of all, explode. Shit. I put her in first and now she can't actually... Yep, okay. Clever. And there's only 3 of them, so I can't use the move I was talking about. Superb. Well done. Just shout at them instead, I guess. This should do the trick. Might as well have just attacked the fat guy, but there we are. Not the salty gouge. It's always the risk. I always want to even out the damage better, but it really is better to just focus on one. And reduce the numbers. Tony is gonna fucking lose it pretty soon. That's not a great time. I haven't got any form of stress healer with me actually, have I? Might have been a mistake.
A momentary abatement.
So you put that back on Jane Austen because he can actually heal himself with a pretty decent heal. And then we have her... I guess just shout again. Actually worth stalling for time here so I can heal everyone back up. It's less expensive to heal people in battle. Well, maybe that's debatable, but I kind of think so. If you can remain safe, it's good to use these, because if you're healing them outside of battle, you're using consumables more often than not. I think that'll do. I think we could just finish him off now. Or not. Fine. Yeah, so that they'll probably be more or less back up to full. Hooray, and we found some green little stones.
Brought low and driven into the mud.
Right. Onwards and sideways. It's a manky old fish.
Finding the stuff
with gold
was
in
only
it.
the first test. Now it must be carried home.
And now the inevitable inventory faff. Is that good? I don't think it's good for anyone we've got here, but it might be worth having in general. Can you afford to lose any speed? Ish. We'll put it on you just for safekeeping more than anything. Can't immediately use that on anyone. Can use those.
In radiance,
Just the
may
one.
we find
Alright, fuck it.
victory.
Should have brought more torches. This is they've diminished much quicker than I expected. What's in the bag? A map. Gold and traps and stuff and fights. Alright. Damn it. Tony's got a nasty gash. Well, that's definitely the quest thing, isn't it? Yep. So there's a... But we... Oh no, the map has kind of said that they're empty, hasn't it? So we can avoid that and just keep going this way. And then the final one will be in one of these 3 rooms. Hopefully not the last one, but I'm not holding my breath. Alright guys. Right, let's stop you being a salty gouger, first of all. Okay, well, fine. Do it anyway. Yeah, none of that shit either. Okay. I think you better just heal yourself, actually, Tony. Right, now we can use that move. And it's pretty damn good when you can actually use it. Very specific, though. Very situational. You have to be in first position fighting 4 people, and you can only attack the one at the very back. I don't quite know how it makes sense, actually, because it seems to just be a swipe. I know she's got a very long... Is that technically a halberd? Spear, halberd, blade thing. But yeah, I don't know. I guess she just holds it at the very edge and, yeah. Or maybe she throws it. Who knows? Right, kick a fish in the face. It's always a good start. Jellyfish should meet his... Ooh! Thank you, vocal cords, for that. Haven't actually been chewing gravel today, but my insides decided I have.
The slow death, unforeseen, unforgiving.
Yeah, spread around some healing, I think, again.
The wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden.
What if you wear a scarf? Or a very big hat?
Of war can be healed, but never hidden.
Well, that was a gamble that didn't pay off.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Yeah, well... I wasn't really overconfident. I wasn't confident at all. I just thought I'd try it. Get off my back, old man. We don't really need these, do we? We haven't come across much blighty things. Right then, better start using some of these keys actually.
Glittering gold.
Oh well, that was worth it, wasn't it?
Paid for in blood.
What a fortune. How little would there have been in there if I hadn't used the key? It's fucking just a fiver in there, a greasy fiver. Very good. Oh dear. Don't actually need these yet. We haven't entered the Crimson Court yet because past experience has taught me if you enter that before you're ready, you'll fuck up everything by unleashing those sorts of enemies and that whole mechanic on the rest of your game. For which I'm not ready, although perhaps at this point I'll never be ready. At some point we will just have to face that. That'll be a decision I'll probably regret. Oh no, the fish was a trap. How does that work? Groovy.
Wealth beyond measure.
Oh, I was doing it the wrong way around. We weren't using things, we were collecting things. Well, hang on a minute, because we haven't actually camped, have we? So, might as well do that before we head home, and maybe we can de-stress Tony a bit.
Circle in the dark. The battle may yet be won.
That's cool, he takes the armor off and everything. Yeah, see, you're not actually that stressed, are you? Acupressure, nope, none of that. That might do a bit, I guess. Yeah, fuck it. Because the downside to that is in the battles, but we're finished with the battles, so there's no downside to having a drink when you're all finished with the dungeon. Yeah, that doesn't work out of context. Oh, what's this? Some kind of... Is that meant to be his thoughts? Is that a hologram? Is that just graffiti that he drew on this dead whale for some reason? Alright, Tone. Whatever you want, I guess. Shit, did we not give him therapy dog? Well, fuck, that was a waste, wasn't it? Because this guy's actually pretty good at stress relief for others when camping. Well, bollocks. We can still do that at least. Depending what phase of the Tony's arc you're at, the law might not be on his side, but sure. What can Tony himself do? Recharge batteries. That's a buff for battles. 1 out of 14 million. Prevents nighttime ambush. And encourage. Well, that's no good unless you can do it to yourself. Come wrestle with me. Tony would probably take you up on that, actually. I guess that's that then. Great. Well, yeah, got him pretty much down out of the stress zone. Yeah, we got a Dark Souls thing for that. If afflicted, that's yeah, that's very situational, isn't it? Still, money and paper is all good. I think more than the paper, we needed paintings at the moment for what we're trying to upgrade in the hamlet. We maxed out the sanitarium, which was the first port of call, because you always need the sanitarium. at least that's my sort of strategy with it. And then next, the guild is obviously very useful. That's unlocking your abilities.
A finely crafted instrument of butchery and bloodshed.
All
Yours
right.
for the taking.
Apparently the blacksmith was feeling left out, and he's giving us free upgrade. Thing is with the blacksmith, I leave his upgrading for a bit because it's improvement. It's not unlocking. You know, the guild is unlocking moves you may need. This is improving them and your armor. So yeah, usually like sanitarium, guild. I guess the survivalist camp after that. Then the stagecoach and this guy, roughly. After a while it matters less what order. And then at the very end, the stress reduction of the abbey or the pub. Because, you know, they can still do the stress relief from their default state, but again, you're just improving them, so... so who do we want to give this free weapon upgrade to? I don't know. Who's seeing a lot of action? I also don't know because it's the first time coming back to this in a long while. See, part of me wants to give it to one of the higher level people, but by virtue of being higher level, they might not need it as much. We'll give it to Kratos, I guess. Yeah, his Leviathan axe is slightly better. Although apparently it's not even that at the moment. It was a worn axe, now he's polished it. And then presumably over here it'll start saying that. Cool. Cheers, Beardy. Right, who's turned up on the old wagon? Oh, good. One of the mods I just added today. A Bloodborne chap. The powder keg. So I have no idea how this guy works, but he seemed pretty cool. I'm a big fan of Bloodborne. So yeah, we'll definitely bring him along. He's got the kind of things you'd expect. Gunshot hits the front two people. Slight debuff on the stun resist. A good old spear thrust. Extra damage if they're already bleeding. Does he have any moves that inflict bleeding? Because that would obviously be a good combo. That clears stun. Bleed versus stun. So if I'm reading that correctly, that you use that on a stunned opponent, it gives them bleeding. There's also 300% damage. So yeah, if they're stunned, that'll damn near kill them, and if it doesn't kill them, they'll be bleeding. That's, yeah. And I mean, that makes sense. The visceral attacks in the game are usually finishers. And that's a buff at the expense of some health. That's a heal and a riposte. That's always good. And that's a nail bomb. Oh well, I was reading all this shit, and yeah, that directly inflicts bleed. 90% chance. Now I want to know if he's got one that inflicts stun because of the visceral attack. He does. So if you had that, and that would be a pretty good combo. Unfortunately, we don't. But again, this is what the guild is for unlocking these, and upgrading the guild is making that whole endeavour cheaper. Vataville. That's a pretty Bloodborne-y sort of name. Okay. Nope, didn't have anything to say about that. Neville. Yes, Neville from the Legend of Zelda series. The purple one was called Neville. There, now you know. We have already got a link. We got my dude. I might leave it there, I think. So speaking of guild, we probably can't upgrade anything. Because like I said, we didn't pick up any paintings, no. Could do the whole switcheroo thing, but the one we got most of, crests, are also needed, so don't want to deplete them too much. Right, who can we chuck in the sanitarium? I think everyone came out of that fairly unscathed. Still got some residual stress from prior encounters. Sunny D for some reason is having a bad time of it. Although this isn't stress, is it? This is the quirks, so... But they're pretty quirky as well, so let's throw them in there. Get rid of your... Oh, well, see, exactly. That's a terrible one to have. When idle in the town, they're gradually getting stressed. It's got to be one of the worst ones. And so easy to overlook, because it's just called something simple like idle. They're not great. Could get rid of them. Since we've got the money to get rid of some of the bigger ones. Tony Stark's got a lazy eye now, apparently. Oh dear. It's not great, but it is survivable. Geralt has a fear of mankind. Well, and is, I'm not sure fear is the right word, but I guess that's somewhat in keeping. Stanley, we've just got a leper called Stanley. All right, he's got a guilty conscience, but that's I mean, who fucking doesn't these days? It's, Rainbow Court with an unquiet mind. Yeah. Scientific bleeder, but this guy, I mean, I've never liked him. I don't bring him out very often. Matt Damon hates animals. Oliver Lance will only visit the brothel. But that doesn't necessarily fit. Fengophobia. Ah, that's particularly bad because we tend to... you can sort of... oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Tailor your team around being in the darkness or the light. Darkness obviously brings far more enemies, but there are a bunch of trinkets and things that will give you an advantage, that will lessen the impact of that. And some people go for that. I don't. Because that feels like a sort of high risk, high reward way of playing. And I'm shit. So we always try and keep things in the light. So Fengophobia, him getting stressed in the light, is particularly bad. So yeah, this was our graveyard, just to remind ourselves of the fallen. Tom Cruise or Tum Tugger. Shit tier. Yes, because he was consistently bad. Pont and Cabinet. Nina Simone. Tilda Swinton. Myrta Berg. More Beans, Jewel. Ewan McGregor. Disdain. Hoisin and Crispy. Oh, and most recently Richard Osmond. Rip in peace. Well, I did say I might jump into a boss fight. It's not going to be there because the fucking starbound thing is there. The Brigand 8-pounder. Maybe we could bring along our own powder keg. Have a sort of have a gun off, or a gun off. You mean a shootout? Fucking idiot! Right. All those kind of cannons doesn't matter. Ranged. Oh no, only 2 of them are ranged. Well, his speed is also very high, so he could perhaps make use of that. We'll give it a go. Okay, so he really needs to be in second position to make use of all his moves and attacks. Dild. We could bring out good old Dild. Yeah, he could be our front runner. Oh yeah, there's that one, isn't there? Well, if he gets pushed to the back, then I suppose there's that. Yeah, none of these other moves will really work as well. That just doesn't seem super worth having. Stun him with a headbutt, kick him. Yeah, we can make do with that, I think. I forget the mechanic with the pounders. There's like the cannon, and then there's another guy lighting the cannon. You have to, so we want moves that attack, not too far back if there's only 2 of them, but then they might spawn ads as well. I forget. We definitely want a healer of some kind. Where is... Yeah, Rainbow Court's slightly lower level, so get her to a higher level. Presumably she's fine at the back. Yep, that's all good. I don't know if you can make a cannon bleed. I'm not sure that will necessarily work out too well. Dalai Wolf, again, he's a sort of front runner, isn't he? Oh, we could bring this little shit stain along, I suppose. What he's got? Yeah, he's a bunch of heals and stress heals, and the potential for blight that could actually be useful. Yeah, this is not a wise move, but it's what I'm doing. Alright, risky shenanigans are go, I guess. Ooh, well, at least we got the money to... he brings along some white wine. Forget what that does. Couple of shovels. Couple of keys. This is the weld, so oh fuck, can't remember again. I feel like there's some blighty things in the world. I'm gonna bring a couple of anti-venoms, torches. Yeah, is that good? Got the 1 bandage for free. Fuck it, we'll go with that. I think... Here goes Muffin.
Simple folk are by their nature loquacious, and the denizens of the hamlet were no exception. It was not long before rumors of my morbid genius and secretive excavations began to fuel local legend. in the face of my increasingly egregious flaunting of public taboos, awe turned to ire, and demonstrations were held in the town square.
Demonstrations with a cannon?
The smell of sulfur and gunpowder hangs in the air. The war machine is close.
What a motley crew we've got. I don't know, would it be safe to call Dild someone suffering from dwarfism? I don't know, he is his own thing. We've got a Dild, we've got a bloodborne hunter, we've got a bright pink aristocratic alcoholic, and a nun. So, what more do you need? Cobwebs with gold.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Alright. As ever, we must try and suss out where exactly the boss will be, and make sure not to run into him before time, but also not so late that we're, you know, fucked by that point.
Another one falls.
I mean, that was the first one to fall, so doesn't quite work, but sure. Yeah, nail bomb. Not particularly helpful for what we wanted there, but sure.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Sweet, that went very well.
Foolish horrors, brought low and driven into the mud.
Sure, it won't all be so smooth sailing. Hopefully we find a map or get some better scouting before there, because that's a hell of a tangent if we have to go that way. I mean, they're both a tangent, really. They're both 4 rooms, so either way is not great. It has a lock on it. Not anymore.
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
If you say so. Damn it. Who let the dogs here? See, that's where that move shines, because you can potentially inflict a full party bleed. As you might imagine with mods, they're not always balanced, so, but then again, I'm incompetent, so I feel like it levels out. That's a good thing to note. So that moves Dild back. Can our powder keg still use most of his moves from the first position? No, only 2 of them. Something to be aware of. At least he's not completely immobilized though. Don't give him rabies, for God's sake. I'll be pissed off if you do that. Fucking raving rabbits. Really? Jesus Christ. Do I pick all the slowest characters possible? Seemed like they got about 3 goes each there. Right, let's shoot some fuckers.
Their formation is
Worked alright.
Back to the pit.
Might be worth trying some healing. Is that just him? Yeah, okay, so that's the part. Not a party heal, but a selective heal. Which also heals him. Okay. God damn it.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Not really worth it.
The wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden.
You gonna dodge it again, you fucker? Oh, he does have a sort of self-heal there, doesn't he? Yeah, and that moves him forward and puts him in riposte. Good stuff. Yeah, fuck it, just waste some time and get some more healing in, because I think the pooch will die soon.
The slow death,
Okay, there we go.
unforeseen, unforgiving.
We'll have to try out the white wine, I'm not quite sure what that'll do. An old coffin with nothing inside. Aha, right, here we... Oh, just the one. Well, if that's all we got to go off, I guess we'll go this way. Oh no, I don't like them maggots. Good start.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
Oh no, you can inflict blight on these guys. I was sort of assumed they were all poisonous and buggy and it wouldn't take.
On its own. As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Well, that was pretty smooth, if I dare say so. Let's go rifling around in some guts. Oh no! Oh, he resisted the disease. That's good. To be fair, if you're living in Yarnum, there are quite a few diseases you need to resist, so makes sense.
The light, the promise of safety.
Right. Now, these guys you definitely... Yeah, they got a 60% on... They all have. So it's not ideal. But I also don't have much better options, so fuck it. Alright. That went okay. Ah, feck. That was also good. Well, it's clear who they've got it out for this time. Pretty high stun, is it? Oh no, they don't. It's just because... Just from the repeated use on that guy. Okay, dang it, can't actually reach that guy, can we? Let's put you in riposte as well. Bring out the ghost of Reynold. And so they attack the two people not in riposte, of course.
Impressed?
Is it though? Nice, and even the riposte attack will heal him. Well, that's incredibly good. Let's try this again. That's a bit better. These guys at the back are doing amazing at resisting the blight. I've got these antidotes, but they haven't needed them yet. Let's try and get you the fuck out of the way so we can bring other people forward. Oh, that's cool. It's Reynold who does the riposte attack. I guess we should see what this white wine does. Oh, it's literally a heal and a stress heal. Alright. Thought there'd be some downside to it, but...
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
it was still a fair chunk of damage. That was not so good. There. Yeah, you know what? Take this moment to actually just heal him, I think. Nut him.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Well, to be fair, they resisted it for like 3 consecutive goes in a row. Now, by God, is worried. Well, that's not going to be good. Yeah, she's okay, but she just got blight. Ah, knackers. Tis what it is. Shit. This is too many people with blight. I only bought 2 antidotes. Feck. Worthless. I only just realised the Flintstones cartoon noise they've added to Dild's headbutt there. A proper clonk. Wonderful. Good job on that. Yeah, that can't hurt.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
Oh dear.
Annihilated.
Yeah, Dild is a weird one because he'll just hide a massive crit like that, just and then suddenly out of nowhere.
Confidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Alright, we definitely want it off him. Fuck it, use them both. In theory, the boss is not going to be poisoning us. I don't think. Are you fucking serious? Fuck's sake. Oh, I just realised we're all out of whack as well. That was it. Pack's already been looted.
Nature herself, a victim to the spreading corruption, malformed with misintent.
Oh, well, so much for putting people in the right order. Well, that's why that move is handy, because that can bring him back to the front. Very good. Although it is oddly silent, but there are. Not too bad. Oh, well, we can only shoot him, so I guess what would be better then? I think maybe that? I don't know. Yeah, pretty good damage. Not the lamb shank. Yeah, I think keep trying with the blight, even though he could be healing people. Yeah, and then again, that's what she's sort of for, so they're all going to have. She's also. Oh, none of the plans are working. Try and get rid of one of you fuckers at least.
Press this advantage.
There we go.
Give them no quarter.
Now will somebody get stunned? No, apparently not. At least the upside to using that move is it does improve your torchlight. Okie dokie. Yeah, you know what? Start putting out some healing. Reynold charge.
Destroyed.
That's better. So just to check there, I notice. Yeah, that stresses him out when he does that. He doesn't. I guess he doesn't like sharing his booze. It's not a huge amount though, so I think it's negligible. And also, he can just take that away with his own self-heal. So, bit of a back and forth there, but nothing too disastrous, I don't think.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Well, that was a headbutt, so it wasn't really a sharpened blade, but I get your meaning. God damn it. Right, let's get everyone back in the right order. Good. Okay, perfect. Well, we know where the boss is. So we can do this, and then we can camp, and be as ready as we can be to face him. Or them, rather.
Waiting to be spent. The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Right, start off on a good note. Nail bomb. 50% effective. Damn it. No, that's exactly what we don't want. Nor that. Probably good to put him in riposte. If there's still 4, we can try nail bomb again, I think. Don't do that. No. Good. Oh, fucking hell. Shite. It's not what we wanted at all. These fuckers at the back really are the worst. Cultist people.
Continue the onslaught.
Okay, there's one of them down. Nice. Don't really need to use the nail bomb now, I don't think. Yeah. Not bad. That's ideal. Push her back into position. Thank you. Doing me a favour there. Should have expected that, really. Dang. They know to pick on. Right, I guess start doing some of this self-healing, stress-wise anyway. Might be a bit too late, yes, that's what I thought. Hopefully we can sort the rest of that in camping. What the fuck is that? Reinforced greaves. Oh, sweet. Specifically for Dild. Alright then. We'll have to move one of yours onto someone else then. Maybe that one? Better to have... That's... Yeah, that's taking a lot off his speed. I'm not sure I'm happy with that. What is his speed before that? 3. Oh, so it's... Nah. But then if we take that off... HP... fuck. Right, let's go with that. I think maybe... Yeah, we'll see how it does. Then we could put this on someone else. He had crazy high speed, didn't he? Yeah, so... Put that on him. We could probably drop that. I said drop that. And check this camp. Oh goody. Probably not going to need another shovel between here and there, are we? Nope. Cool. So now we camp.
moment of respite. A chance to steel oneself against the coming horrors.
Right. Warding incense prevents nighttime ambush. That's very good. Self-heal, good, but we don't need that. Shoe accessories. Oh yeah, that was a weird thing, wasn't it? Aglets and all that jazz. What about you? Party de-stress. Motivational speech stresses him out. Buffs the rest of the party. Considering where he's already at on stress, I'm not sure that's worth it. We can do that. Yeah, that didn't really feel like very much. Sure, we'll do that to prevent the ambush. No, that's not worth it at all. And he's got this disease, that means he's going to get stressed even more easily. That's definitely not worth doing. A random supply item, worth a shot. It's a gamble, but torch, well, that wasn't really super worth it, but that's a buff, but also might stress him out. Also might stress the party out. Okay, well that's different. Oh, that includes him. Well, that's good. That will lessen the stress effects then. Stress effects is it's a similar add-on to Trez effects. But instead of making the hair really like flowy and glossy, it just makes it really frazzled and unkempt. Okay, well, we got the buff, but we also got the stress, so not ideal, but there we are. I'm blessed with good health. I'm glad to hear it. This place is horrific. Ian, so who's Ian? Cool. Alright, that's as prepared as we can get. Let's try not to step on this as the first thing out the gate. Do we want to check that? Oh, it was worth it. Ish.
Laden with loot are often low on supplies.
Alright, here we go. Do or die. Possibly both.
A marvel of technology.
Fuck, it's three of them. So yeah, there are ads. There's... Yeah, because this guy's not involved, and then that guy's the guy who lights it. Alright. Do we want to activate riposte, or do we just want to get right in and deal damage as quickly as possible? I think that's what I'm thinking. Nail bomb is not a bad shout. We obviously won't inflict bleed on the cannon, but for everyone else that's useful. Presumably we can't inflict bleed on the cannon either, blight on the cannon either. No, turns out you can't. Who'd have thunk it? You want to definitely keep an eye on this guy, because, yeah, obviously kill him before he lights the cannon, otherwise you're in trouble. Or at least make sure he's stunned or something. Could get him on a riposte as well, it's not a bad idea. have to start chipping away at the cannon eventually, which will take a very long time, unfortunately, because it's made of metal and stuff. But there we are. Good, that's the cannon lighter gone. He will reappear, or another one will appear before too long, but that solves the problem for the immediate future.
Death by inches.
Right, let's headbutt a cannon, see how that works. Sound effect was a bit more appropriate there, because it does almost sound like clanging against metal. But there we are. Yep, and they're back. Wow, it really wasn't long at all. It is just the one turn. Oh well, better than nothing, I suppose. Shit, we can't reach him to stun him. Nor them. Guess we'll go for that. Good, good. Right, slightly pointless exchange, but there we are. Kick the cannon. Shit. He's only gone and done it. Okay, we got very lucky there. But still, you want to avoid that happening. I mean, it's probably... You probably have to be way better than I am to avoid that firing once. Like, to avoid it firing at all during this entire fight. But it's what you want to aim for. Still can't reach him, fuck. Okay, now maybe riposte. Riposte? I hear it. I've heard it both ways, I think. Riposte is kind of what I would lean towards, but I don't know. Can he say for sure? Don't do it, you fucker. God damn it. Yeah. Yeah, you don't get lucky twice. Jesus Christ. Shit. No. Oh my fucking hell. Can you not? Can you maybe not? Okay, now we're in dire straits. Drink that. Thanks, that's something at least. Maybe nail bomb again, actually. Kill the lighting fucker. Right, obviously you heal everyone. As much as possible. More damage on the cannon. Lighter guy should go on his own, but just in case he doesn't. Can he risk it? And he's already back. Well, great. Fucking brilliant. He's still too far back. Shit. Well, this is not going to be fun. Misfire, thank fuck for that. That can happen. I forgot about that. I don't know what the probability is on it, but yeah, got lucky with that. Okay, I think that's generally the more powerful move, but I don't know how good it would be against this specifically. Give it a go. What? Fuck. Right, forget I ever tried to do anything. Actually, if I could knock... No, if I knock that guy back too, that's still not going to bring the other guy forward. Super. That buys us some time, or no time at all, but, you know, I guess it's technically some time. Chipping away at it, and now we can reach the fucker.
Executed with impunity.
Excellent. He'll obviously immediately be back, but it's still not bad to have. Going, I guess attack you. Oh no, we can't actually. I guess do some healing then. Actually, maybe just on yourself.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
We haven't used our holy water, and with who better to use it? Okay, bit of a pointless exchange. Good, but the light is in third position, so we can still reach him. I'm going to try this again. 5. Yeah, no, I'm really better off, I guess, doing the gunshot against it. It seems, anyway.
Eradicated.
Very nice. Ghost of Reynolds still kicking ass. Very, very good. Let's headbutt the cannon. Shit. Maybe should have tried to kick him, but I knew. Oh damn it! It hit. So it hit. Missed everyone but Rainbow Court. Don't, you fucker, don't. I swear to God, if you kill my nun, I'll be none too pleased. Okay, I'm sorry. Whew. Yeah, that one... That was a self-inflict of damage there on that one. It was a pun with recoil, shall we say. Headbutt the cannon again, maybe we'll get it out of the way.
A corpse of twisted metal.
Hooray! And then he just randomly dies because he loses the will to live. Perfect. We did it. Some level ups there. And you, oh, that's a surprisingly good one to get, considering how fucked about you got. Blessed Bloodline. I wonder if that's a unique one to him. Certainly sounds appropriate for Bloodborne.
Can you feel it? The walls between the sane world and that unplumbed dimension of delirium are tenuously thin here.
Someone has started to distribute free food in the slums. In these times of misery, all kinds of skills must be put to use. Who the fuck is this carrot? I don't remember. Again, it's been a while, so I don't remember the mods I had installed. Is this... We've got a big merchant nanny. Old lady joins the fight. Oh, that's kind of cool. What? Presumably a lot of healing. Yeah, healing, blight. Crikey, that's quite a lot there. Actually, change to mode cooking. Oh god. Combat and cooking modes. Butcher slice makes sense. Choice piece. Oh wow, okay, so she's got a whole system going on. Poisoned bait. Occult condiment. Not sure I've ever said those two words together before. Steel restoration. That's incredibly situational, but oh well. Entremet. No, that feels French. I don't know. Healing. That's all good. Commis. Force guard by ally. See, I was trying to blame the French on that one. Different mindsets. Okay, well that's all stuff to look into, I guess. Remove disease. Wow. That's good, because that's previously only the plague doctor could do that. Abundance. Huh. Good stuff. Well, we'll definitely bring her along. Mandeville. I could probably think of a better name than that. I don't know if this is a better name, but it feels more suitable. It's more memorable anyway. Grub Nanny. There you go. Who turned up on the coach? We've got a priestess called Cruel. Sure. We got 2 Vestals. I don't know if we need a third, but especially one who's an alcoholic money grubber and a nymphomaniac. Yeah, maybe not. Another leper. We haven't even used out Stanley yet, so used out, tried out. Yeah, and we're already at 41, so I guess we'll leave it. Cool, and we will leave it in general there. Still can't upgrade the guild, I don't think. No, that's a shame. Still, we got through that boss fight, and for how rusty we potentially were at this, nobody died. So, thankful for that. Right. Cheers for watching, anyone who did. Yeah, we'll probably be back on this for a little while now. I was looking at the calendar and stuff, and I was expecting to say like, oh yeah, obviously we'll take a break over Christmas or whatever, but isn't Christmas like a Friday or something? So I'd only actually have to take one day off. Depends. Don't know what I'll do there. I mean, it's no great loss either way, but yeah. So cheers for watching. Bye.